So what if the tool you already use for search, Gmail, Docs, YouTube, Android and Drive could also help you write faster, understand topics better, summarize long content, plan your work, and even explain code in a simple language? That is exactly why Gemini has become such a big topic right now. Google's Gemini app crossed over 750 million monthly active users, which shows how quickly people are adopting it for everyday work, learning, and productivity. So in simple words, Gemini is Google's assistant that helps you complete tasks by typing normal instructions like summarize this, explain this, write this email, help me prepare, or give me ideas. Google also describes Gemini as a tool that can help with writing, planning, learning, brainstorming, summarizing text, creating first drafts, and working with files. So this topic is important because many people still use Gemini for only basic questions, but it can also be much more useful when you know how to ask it clearly, use it with Google Apps, improve writing, research faster, organize information, and use it carefully. So in this tutorial, we will understand Gemini in a simple, practical, and beginner-friendly way, without making it too complicated. So now let's understand why Gemini is important, and let us quickly look at what we're going to cover in this tutorial. What is Gemini? We will understand Gemini in simple language and where it is used. Gemini versus ChatGPT. We will compare both tools in a practical and beginner-friendly way. How to access Gemini. We will see how to open and start using Gemini. Gemini interface. We will understand the main options inside Gemini. Better prompts. We will learn how to ask clearer questions and get better answers. Writing with Gemini. We will see how Gemini helps with emails, scripts, posts, and summaries. Gemini with Google Apps. We will understand how it helps with Gmail, Docs, Drive, Sheets, and Slides. Research with Gemini. We will learn how Gemini can help with organizing topics and reports. Images, videos, and coding. We will explore creative and beginner coding use cases. Finally, we will learn what to avoid and quickly revise the key points. So before we move on, let me share something really exciting with you guys. If this Gemini tutorial made you realize how useful these modern tools can be for writing, coding, research, business tasks, and everyday productivity, then you should definitely check out the Advanced Executive Program in Applied Generative AI in collaboration with Simplilearn. So this program is designed for learners who want to go beyond just using tools casually and actually understanding how these technologies are applied in real business situations. You get hands-on exposure to tools like Copilot, Azure AI Studio, ChatGPT, OpenAI, DALL-E, Hugging Face, Streamlit, Gradio, Gemini, Chroma, PyTorch, FAISS, and more. So this program also includes live online learning, integrated labs, exercises, industry-relevant projects, masterclass, capstone work, and career support. You will work on practical projects like building an HR assistant, creating a logo designer for developing a news assistant, analyzing customer orders, building a Python adventure game, and creating business insights from data. So whether you're a student, working professional, manager, developer, or someone planning to move into future-ready tech roles, this program can help you build practical confidence step by step. So if you want structured learning instead of random scattered videos, do check out Advanced Executive Program in Applied Generative AI in collaboration with Simplilearn. The link is in the description box. Go and check it out. So now that we have understood how Gemini can help you with real tasks, let us test your understanding with a quick question. What is the best way to get better answers from Gemini? Is it A, ask vague questions, B, give clear context, C, share private data, or is it D, skipping reviewing? Let us know your answers in the comments below. Hello everyone and welcome back to Simplilearn. So today we're not just going to talk about Gemini AI, we are going to actually use it and see what it can do in real time. So most people open Gemini, type one simple question, get one answer and stop there. But Gemini can do much more than just that. So this can help you write content, create images, generate video ideas, summarize documents, do research, build content inside Canvas, create custom AI helpers with gems, and even support coding or study tasks. So in this demo, I'll show you how to use Gemini as a complete AI productivity assistant, especially if you're a student, professional, content creator, marketer, or someone who already uses Google tools every day. So as you can see, I've opened Gemini in my browser here. So what you will have to do is go to Gemini and sign in with your Google account first. So Gemini is Google's AI assistant. So this can help you in writing, planning, brainstorming, learning, research, coding, images, videos, and everyday productivity. The biggest advantage of Gemini is that it fits naturally into Google's ecosystem, including tools like Gmail, Docs, Sheets, Slides, Drive, Search, and Android. So Google's latest Gemini ecosystem is also becoming more powerful, With models like Gemini 3.5 Flash for speed, coding, and agentic tasks, and Gemini 3.1 Pro for complex reasoning and multimodal understanding, Gemini 3.1 DeepThink for advanced reasoning, Nano Banana 2 for image generation and editing, and VO 3.1 for video generation in supported plans. So as you can see, I have my homepage over here. So this is the Gemini interface, and the most important area is the prompt box. So this is where we type our instruction. And depending on your account, region, and plan, you may see options like file upload, image generation, video generation, canvas, deep research, gems, and voice input. So what you will have to know is Gemini is not just a search box. It works when you're giving it clear task, context, tone, and output format. So let's start with a simple productivity demo. Create a 60-second YouTube Shorts script. So the prompt is there on the screen. So here, I'm not just asking Gemini to write about Gemini. I'm giving it the format, topic, audience, tone, and structure, and this helps Gemini produce a more useful answer. So once it has responded, now we can improve it with a follow-up prompt. So here is the prompt that you have to paste. Make this script more conversational and natural, like YouTube. So this is one of the best ways to use Gemini. Don't expect the first answer to be final. Use follow-up prompts like make it shorter, make it more professional, add examples, or turn this into bullet points. So the result from the prompt that we typed was this. So we have several use cases, as you can see over here. So now let's move on to image creation with Gemini. So we move on to the plus symbol over here, and here we have an image generation option. So let's go and select this and type the following prompt. So the prompt is as follows. Create a premium YouTube thumbnail concept for a video titled Gemini AI Tutorial for Beginners, where the style is modern tech, clean design, blue and white theme, AI assistant visual with glowing interface elements, professional education style. And you can add larger readable text, which is Gemini AI, and you have no clutter, high contrast, and 16:9 format. So this is useful for creators, marketers, educators, and designers. So instead of starting from a blank screen, we can ask Gemini to create a visual prompt. So this particular prompt includes the purpose, style, color theme, subject, text, and format. So this makes the output more controlled. So now that we have generated an image, let's go ahead and type a follow-up prompt. So as you can see, I've added create 3 more thumbnail variations, which are minimal and premium, futuristic AR dashboard style, and this is student-friendly learning style. And this is student-friendly and has a good learning style. So this is helpful because we can compare multiple creative directions before choosing one final design. So Gemini's image tools are powered by Google's image generation models, and Google describes Nano Banana 2 as its latest advanced image model for high quality image generation and editing. So as you can see, we were able to create an image with this particular prompt. Now, Gemini can also improve visual ideas, where you can upload an image and ask Gemini to enhance the concept, such as better layout ideas or create a cleaner version. So this is useful when you already have a thumbnail, a poster, product visual, or a social media design, but you want to make it look more professional. So here I'm using an image which already exists, and this is the following prompt. So here is the prompt. Improve this image for a professional YouTube thumbnail and make it sharper, cleaner, more premium, and more visually clickable. And keep the main text readable and avoid adding too many extra elements. So let's go ahead and see what the output is. So as you can see, this is the generated output for the same prompt. Now let's move to video. In supported plans and regions, Gemini gives access to video generation through VO. Google's subscription page mentions that video generation with VO 3.1 with access depending on the plan has this option available in your account, so you can generate videos directly. If not, you can still use Gemini to create professional video prompts and storyboards. So since I don't have that feature here, I will still give you a prompt for the same. Create a 10-second vertical video for a Gemini AI tutorial. So this is the prompt for the same. So this is very useful for creators. Even if we're not generating the final video here, Gemini can give us a polished video prompt that can be used for AI video tools, motion graphics, or storyboard planning. So as you can see, we've gotten the prompt here. Google Gemini also has a deep research option here. So deep research is one of Gemini's most powerful features. Instead of giving only a short answer, it can break down a research task, explore sources, and create a more detailed report. Professionals preparing presentations and creators researching video topics. So Google describes Gemini Deep Research as a feature that can break down complex research tasks, explore sources across the web, selected workspace content, and create a comprehensive report. But remember, for important topics like health, finance, law, exams, or business decisions, always verify the final information from trusted sources. So I'll go ahead and run the prompt. So as you can see, it's generating a research plan here. So here we have a detailed report which has been generated. So we have a separate board which has been opened up here, and this has a detailed report for the information I requested for. So as you can see, Gemini also has a canvas option, and canvas is useful when we want to build something bigger than a normal chat response. So instead of getting one answer, we can create a structured document, study guide, quiz, infographic idea, or even interactive content. For example, a teacher can create a quiz, a student can create notes, a creator can help prepare a script, and a professional can create a report. So Google describes Gemini Canvas as a space that users can bring ideas to life as apps, games, infographics, quizzes, web pages, and more. So I've gone ahead and typed the following prompt, to which we have got this as the response. So we have a full guide here. So now let's go ahead and look at gems. So a gem is like a custom version of Gemini for a repeated task. For example, if you repeatedly write emails, create YouTube scripts, prepare interview questions, or study a subject, you can create a gem with fixed instructions. So Google describes gems as custom AI experts that can help with coding, brainstorming, career coaching, and repeated workflows. So let's go ahead and set up a new gem. So here, let's go and click the new gem option. So for name, you can go ahead and give a name of your choice. So I will go with YouTube Script Assistant. And for the instructions, you can give an instruction of your choice. And I will go ahead and type, "You are my YouTube Script Assistant." So the instruction that I have given are as follows. So now instead of typing this long instruction again and again, I can use this gem whenever I want to type a new script. So let me go ahead and save this. So as you can see, my gem has been created. So let's go ahead and start chat. So the next time you want to ask any follow-up questions, you have a gem saved here, and the gem will know exactly what you're talking about if you have a relevant question. Now, Gemini is also useful for coding and learning. Beginners can ask Gemini to explain code line by line, fix errors, create a simple program, and suggest project ideas. So the best approach is to ask for logic first, then the code, then the explanation, and then improvements. So that way you learn instead of only copying the answer. So let me go ahead and show you a demo for the same. So open up a new chat and type the following prompt. So here I'm explaining a Python concept. So here I want Gemini to explain a Python concept to me, which is on functions. So as you can see, Gemini has explained the concept of Python to us in a very beginner-friendly way, using the examples of coffee machine and kitchen appliance. So before we end, here are some important safety tips. Make sure not to share passwords, bank details, private client files, confidential company data, or sensitive personal information inside any AI tool. Always review the output before using it. So Gemini can give you a strong starting point, but your judgment is still very important. Also, write clear prompts. A good prompt must include the task, audience, tone, format, and examples if needed. So in this demo, we saw how Gemini can help us with writing, image creation, video creation, research, canvas, gems, and coding support. So the main takeaway is simple. Gemini is not just for asking basic questions. It can become a complete productivity assistant when you use it with clear prompts and real tasks. So Gemini can help you save time and help you move from idea to output much faster. And that brings us to the end of this Gemini tutorial. We learned what Gemini is, why it matters, how it helps with writing, research, Google Apps, creativity, coding support, and how to use it safely. The key takeaway is simple. Gemini becomes more useful when you ask it clearly, review the answers, and apply it to real tasks. Thanks for watching, and subscribe to Simplilearn for more insights and check out our related videos.